Very good. It looks like we're live. Thank you, Municipal Planning Commission, for being here this evening. It is Wednesday, November the 16th at 5:05. My apologies for the late start. I will call things to order. And you have an agenda before you. You have a motion. Member Gullickson.
Thank you, Chair Creasy. I will move the agenda as presented.
Thank you very much. Also before you, we have a copy of the minutes from the October 5th meeting. Has everyone had an opportunity to review those? Are there any errors or omissions that you're aware of? Thank you very much for that reminder. It was nice of you to make the motion, and I did not call the vote. So with respect to the motion on the floor, all those in favor? Thank you. Appreciate the reminder. And now that that orderly business has been taken care of, we can consider another motion with respect to the minutes. Councillor.
Thank you, Chair Creasy. I'll move that not seeing any errors or omissions, I will move that we accept the minutes from the October 5th meeting as presented.
Very good. And everyone's all right then? All those in favor? Thank you. So this evening, we do have one development permit application before us for a side yard setback variance on an accessory building at 24 Erica Drive. Development Officer Kirk, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair Creasy. Great, so the item in front of us is for side yard variance to an accessory building at 24 Erica Drive. So the applicant has applied for development permit for the accessory building with a 0-meter side yard setback. The property is zoned R1, which provides an area with detached dwellings and compatible uses. Administration does not support the application. So this report requests the Commission's decision for a variance to section 9.21F of the land use bylaw, which requires a 0.90 meter setback. The applicant is proposing a 0-meter setback and 100% variance. So 24 property owners within the area were sent a letter. We received 2 letters of support and 5 letters of opposition. So on pages 10 and 11 of your report are the full comments, but this is just a summary here. So for support, there's no impact on neighbors and they're okay with it as long as it will match the house. And for opposition, the variance is large and there are concerns with the material or eaves encroaching onto city property. There's building code or fire concerns, electrical code concerns, as well as safety, drainage, maintenance concerns, and appearance concerns. So for the planning and development's comments to that, the application is for 100% side yard setback variance. Any materials that are encroaching onto the city property are required to be removed, as it is a municipal reserve adjacent to the structure. If the application is approved, the applicant will be required to obtain valid building permit and electrical permits. Under the building permit, they will be required to fire rate, which includes removing that window on the north side. And both permits will require an inspection from a certified safety codes inspector. And as well for drainage and maintenance concerns, administration shares the same concerns. And as for the appearance, the Municipal Planning Commission does have the authority to, if approving the permit, to impose a condition on there where we require the applicant to submit a visual impact assessment. All right, so planning and development received a complaint of an accessory building being constructed directly up to the north property line. We sent a letter to the landowner and shortly after they applied for a permit to keep the location or keep the structure in its current location, as you can see on the aerial image above. So sections from the land use bylaw. So the Municipal Planning Commission may grant the variance subject to section 3.23F of the land use bylaw, which is the notification requirement that has taken place. And 4.73, which is that the proposed development will not unduly interfere with the amenities of the neighborhood or materially interfere with or affect the use, enjoyment, or value of neighboring parcels of land, and as well as being satisfied that the variance will not result in a development that does not comply with the requirements of various legislation. If it is approved, it will comply with the various legislation. So the applicant did indicate in their letter of intent that the purpose of the accessory building is to store business-related items and that it was constructed at the north property line because there's not enough room on the south property or the rear of the lot to accommodate the structure. Upon a site inspection, administration is of the opinion that there is enough space in the rear of the lot for the structure to be constructed and comply with the land use bylaw. So variances recognize that not all properties are the same, and in some cases, a development may not be able to happen without a variance being granted. Administration was not able to identify reasons that the property is unique in a way that warrants the need for 100% variance. There are no topographical features which prevent the structure from being relocated, such as a difference in slope or grade. And it appears that the shape and the size of the rear of the property can accommodate the structure to the regulations of the bylaw. So in general, property setbacks are established in the land use bylaw for various reasons, which include making sure that you can access all sides of the building for emergency purposes, such as fire access, or for maintenance, so such as removing weeds or grass along the side of the building or repairing any siding that may be damaged by hail. When placed close to the property line, it can be difficult to access a building where there is a fence or without requiring access onto neighboring properties. Roof drainage from the structure, depending on the design, can also be a concern if it causes excessive runoff or ice buildup on the adjacent property, which is a city walking path. So administration does not support the application, recommends refusal for the following reasons. One is there's a lack of compelling planning rationale provided as to why it would be difficult to comply with the land use bylaw. And two is that there are no prohibiting factors with the property, such as grade changes or unique shape, which prevent the accessory building from being located in accordance with the land use bylaw.
Any additional items with your report?
Nope.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Member Ross.
Thank you, Chair Creasy. I strongly recommend anybody that to do something inconsistent to their community there's obviously policies and bylaws put in place for consistency, and with there's significant option. I would like to make a motion to move that the Municipal Planning Commission refuse the development permit for an accessory building 16.94 meters lean-to shed with a 0 meter side yard setback on the land zoned R1 residential detached district located at 24 Erica Drive, legally described as Lot 6, Block 13, Plan 0728801 for the obvious reasons.
Thank you. I just wanted to be sure with these letters of support and objection, the two that are separate from our package were received after the date, however, included for the proceedings this evening.
Correct.
Very good, thank you. Any other comments or concerns? I mean, there was a very compelling letter from the owner that accompanied this application. I think that it's unfortunate when there is perhaps a lack of understanding or appreciation for the rules that are required. However, in this particular case, I think that there are many infractions here which make it difficult to overlook. That is where we find ourselves. Certainly a valued member of the community, but in this particular instance, I find it extremely awkward, but I cannot support this application at all. So that's really all that I have to say this time. Anyone else? If there are no additional comments, I will call for a vote on that motion. All those in favor? And there are none opposed. That is all in favor. Thanks, everyone. Moving on to item 5 for a summary of permits issued by the Development Officer Authority. Item number 5, if we could, please.
Thank you, Mayor Greasy. So we just have 2 permits that were approved by myself in the last little while. So we approved a variance to the maximum size of an accessory building. 14 property owners were notified, and we did conditionally approve the variance on October 13th, and the appeal ended on November 10th. So that permit has been issued. And we also approved the discretionary use of a fitness facility at 4457 Highway 12. In that regard, only 8 property owners were notified, and that permit was conditionally approved on October 11th, subject to the appeal ending on November 10th. No appeals were received, so that permit has also been officially issued.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And we do have our next MPC meeting slated for December 7th. Do we have any applications at this time?
We do not have any applications, so we are looking at 21st. Yeah, December 21st, but we will send out an email to all of the MPC members and just let you guys know so you can mark it in your calendars.
Very good. So then, given that extended date, then really anything would have to be received by your office prior to December the
It's about 3 weeks
7th?
prior to the meeting date.
Oh, so pretty much December
Yeah.
1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Just so we know. Very good. I believe that's all the business that we have for this evening. Anyone have anything else? Thank you very much. It is 5:17. Motion to adjourn. All those in favor? Thanks, everyone.